KIZUKURI to serve. One of the perceived advantages of the penhole grip is that it's the better grip near the net on the nuances of table tennis, the short returns. And there maybe we see XUE Fei heavy spin on the first attack. If there's a lot of spin on the first attack, then your opponent has to guess the angle of the racket to return the stroke. Yuto KIZUKURI, as they say, he has good hands, good wrists, and there you see again. Look how flexible that wrist was to affect that return. And the young Japanese player 1 point to the good. Thrill. Very, very quick reactions, quick anticipation, short quick strokes from KIZUKURI. Well, look how short those strokes were to win the point. So level at 5-all. That service. And back level at 6. Just flies long, gives the advantage back to XUE Fei at 7-6. The 2-point gap created. Very fast, very quick is KIZUKURI. Modern day return of service, so do you mean? Well, certainly 20 years ago, if a player had moved round his forehand with his backhand to return serve, he'd have been scolded by the coach, but now it is the norm. Mistake there from XUE Fei. We're level at 8-all. And now 9-8 to KIZUKURI. XUE Fei perhaps just feeling the pressure a little. Level at 9-all. Out of camera, but again, the wrist very, very effective on that return of service. And now game point to KIZUKURI. And this made it. First game goes to Yuto KIZUKURI. First game, 11-9. Now, words from Kunihito Tazai and words and advice from Lu Jigyang. Now, this is really the first time in this whole tournament that XUE Fei lost the opening game, and he's lost the opening game by the minimal 2-point margin. Now, of course, there is a train of thought that if you win a close game, then that is the biggest boost to your confidence you could possibly have. Now, will Yuto KIZUKURI be able to build on that, or will we see an energised XUE Fei? Certainly intense words from the coach, and Kunihito Tazai, I mean, he's been some nervous moments over the last 24 hours and more. Having to endure last match battles in the quest for success. So here we go. The XUE Fei serving is trailing by 1-0. Intense look. So, having lost the first point, 3 in a row for XUE Fei. Oh, what a point. Absolutely tremendous. KIZUKURI absorbed the power of XUE Fei, then turned it to his own advantage. The level has risen. So KIZUKURI, sequence of 2 serves to go. He's missed it. I think that's the team from Tunisia, Abu Bakr Boulas. In very quickly there, KIZUKURI. Forehand topspin fading away to the XUE Fei forehand. So, 2 serves to come from XUE Fei. Power tells. Six-three. Just missed it. Now major advantage for XUE Fei. Service changes. Sequence of 2 serves to come from KIZUKURI. He trails 3-7. Reverse serve. Oh my word, look at this. Don't take any prisoners. So close. Even fast in slow motion. Now, for me, XUE Fei has found a rhythm to his play. He's flowing much, much better than in a relatively tentative first game. He's now 9-3 ahead. And he's quite happy with the half-long, the longer service. Gives KIZUKURI the topspin, then comes over the topspin himself. Memories of the 2004 Korean Olympic champion, Yoo Sung-min. And there the effect of the penhold grip over that, very flexible from the backhand. It gives XUE Fei the second game, 11-3, 1 game all, and XUE Fei starting to flow, starting to find a rhythm, starting to accelerate. Danger signs for Yuto KIZUKURI. Now he has got to get in very, very quickly on his first attack. He's got to keep away from allowing XUE Fei to play a first forehand in the rally. As soon as XUE Fei is playing that first forehand in the rally, then my word, it's difficult to stop him. I think that Kunihito Tazi is trying to encourage KIZUKURI to use his backhand topspin to minimalise the time that XUE Fei has. Now, one way he could reduce the time that XUE Fei has to play is to play the ball down the parallel. That is the team of France. They finished their matches this morning and they beat Germany 3-1 to finish in a highly creditable 5th place. And players coming through to the senior ranks, none more than a young man called Simon Gozi, who has proved very, very impressive indeed. But that's the modern generation. So we're at 1 game all, and we have Yuto KIZUKURI serving. Now he has to be quick on that first attack. He has to give XUE Fei no time at all. I think there's some problem. Somebody has brought their camera to the table tennis and stuck the flashlight on. Well, thank you. There we are. Once he has time to play XUE Fei, then and he's in the rhythm now. My word, he's dangerous. And what a different XUE Fei I'm seeing now. I'll explain that in a minute. I saw XUE Fei first time was back in 2014 in Shanghai in the World Junior Championships, and he lost to the Japanese defender Yuto Muramatsu, and quite simply he just did not have the power. Now 3 years later, here is a powerful ace. Extent to which he uses his legs. Now that's what I want to see KIZUKURI do if he's going to make an impression in this match. He must get very quickly into the backhand of XUE Fei, and then maybe just 30% of the time switch XUE Fei to the forehand just to keep him guessing. Into the backhand, yeah, look, we had the answer. Now score is 2-3. Around 2-3. And clever serving there from KIZUKURI. It levels matters at 3-all. So XUE Fei, sequence of 2 serves to come. Very nonchalant young man. Clever serving, forced a comparatively passive reply from KIZUKURI, and then of course once he can release the power that he didn't have in 2014 but he has in 2017, XUE Fei, well, it's like trying to stop a juggernaut. He gets 2-3 points ahead, then he starts to flow. Looking for that backhand return of service, which his predecessor, now one of the national coaches, Wang Hao, was so adept. He's very much in the style of Wang Hao, is this young man. Victory at KIZUKURI, who KIZUKURI can't really match XUE Fei for power, but perhaps he can for speed. So XUE Fei, 1 service left in this sequence of 2, and he leads 6-5. Hesitant. 6-all. If he comes in quickly into the backhand of XUE Fei, he will cause XUE Fei a whole host of problems. In quick to the backhand? Yeah. He knows it. What a spin on that return. The very, very flexible wrist that is possible from the penhold grip. Seven all. He doesn't look perturbed at all, does he, KIZUKURI? So laid back. That's an excellent return of service. And that is what he's got to do. He's got to look for every opportunity to be the first to attack. But when he is the first to attack, 70% of the time, put the ball into the backhand of XUE Fei. If he does it all the time, XUE Fei will anticipate and run round, and step around. But just now and again, keep him guessing with one wide to the forehand. It's the right thing. I know it missed, but I have to say that was the right response from the Yuto KIZUKURI. So we level at 8 all. And this maybe underlines the fact that the Chinese are known for their excellence, but if you can stay with them, they'll make mistakes. Net service. Just couldn't quite make it, so advantage goes in favour of XUE Fei, who's ahead 9-8. I rather feel that KIZUKURI has to win the points quickly. When it comes to the rallies, I think XUE Fei is too powerful. Two-game points for XUE Fei for a 2-1 lead. Great return of service from KIZUKURI, but XUE Fei had the answers, and XUE Fei takes his third game, 11-8. He moves into a 2-1 lead. Now, of course, in this day and age, we see fewer and fewer penhold grip players. There we just see confirmation of the score. First game to KIZUKURI, he took the first game 11-9, the next took to XUE Fei, 11-3, 11-8. Now, if we look at the penhold grip players of the present day era, well, we think of Zhu Jin from China as well, but he is very, very different to this young man, XUE Fei. And I spoke to XUE Fei. I think this would be when we were in La Roche-sur-Yon in 2015. I said, why did you decide to play penhold? He said, well, it's very simple. He said, my dad told me. So he's followed father's instructions. But the coach of Wang Hao some 20 years ago had a different idea. He thought that if you had to toss a coin between getting into the Chinese national team and just missing out, and if it was between a penholder and a shake hands grip player, that the selectors would go with tradition and go with the penholder. So whether that theory holds true these days, I don't know, because of course, as the speed of sport increases, then the backhand is seen to be strong, needs to be stronger, and the shake hand strip is maybe better for the backhand. I don't know. Wang Chuqin getting ready. There we go. Now, if XUE Fei gets a 3-point lead here, I fear for KIZUKURI. Just tries to stay with him somehow. And it's starting to flow now. I think Japan, you need to be on your feet very quickly with the timeout. I always feel if the gap gets to 3 points, then it's panic stations. Mistake. Two clever serves, he's won the point, it's direct. So level at 2-2, two serves to come from XUE Fei. Tremendous return from KIZUKURI, 3 points in a row. Points in a row, and he's kept he's kept XUE Fei quiet. He's not allowed him to release his fearsome forehand topspin. Trying his heart out to keep that ball in the body of XUE Fei. Enjoying the table tennis. Then trying all the time to get into the body, into the backhand of XUE Fei. Ooh, just touched. So that gives Yuto KIZUKURI a 2-point advantage at 6-4. She just touches. Oh. Backhand is long. And timeout taken. And I think that, what's the action of the coach? I'm sure he was encouraging the backhand. I'm for sure there'll be intense words coming. Look, he's showing him, use the backhand, fast, fast, fast. Don't give XUE Fei time. Be very fast with that backhand. That causes the problems. And the hand signals, it looks to me as though he's telling him just now and again, go out wide to the forehand, keep your opponent guessing. XUE Fei, well, once he got that 2-3 point lead, he was confident there was no stopping him, but KIZUKURI is biting at his heels all the time. Time is called. So here we go, vital stages in this contest, and Yuto KIZUKURI is serving and leading 6-5. Level at 6-all. Looks so diffident, as just out for a walk in the park, not the world final. There's no emotion at all. That's the way to play, Mr. KIZUKURI. Keep him quiet in that backhand if you can. Maybe you just have to take a risk. Very good wrists. Very good hands, this boy. Now, XUE Fei trying to release that powerful forehand. Once that forehand's in, very, very difficult for KIZUKURI to hold the power, the pace of the stroke. Team China on its feet, 7-all. Two serves to come from Yuto KIZUKURI. Good return of serve from XUE Fei, looking all the time to attack the service, making the best possible use of the flexible penhold grip. Gambled with a long serve, it didn't pay off. KIZUKURI in very quickly and employing for me the perfect tactic. New Grand Kai looks on. Backhand long. That gives XUE Fei 2 game points at 10-8, 2 match points. So KIZUKURI serving, he's down 8-10, he's down 2 match points. There we are. One saved. And I think XUE Fei is going to let for a timeout. Yes, he's been called over by Coach Lu Jiang. And no doubt would have very, very strict instructions. All members of the team stand, they're all together as one. encyclopedia, doesn't he? I think really just, for me at this stage of a match, I think when the score is 10-9, you're so wound up in the match as a player, it's so difficult to think about tactics. I would say the main thing is just keep calm, and well, if somebody's going to keep calm, it will be this young man. He hasn't shown a flicker of emotion at all. So we're ready. Yuto KIZUKURI serving, XUE Fei receiving. Can he save another point? Can he save again? No, he can't. The forehand flies long. The point goes the way of XUE Fei. He takes the fourth game 11-9. He recovers from a 1-0 deficit to record a 3-1 win, 9-11. 11-3, 11-8, 11-9. The power, that extra power that XUE Fei has, paid dividends, and the young man who is now playing in his third World Junior Championships. He played in Shanghai 2014, he was in La Roche-sur-Yon in 2015, he didn't play last year, and in his final year as a junior, is once again on duty. He did reach the final of the boys singles event in La Roche-sur-Yon, losing to Liu Dingshou. So a little discussion that no mean performance by Yuto KIZUKURI, no mean performance at all. On the under 18 boys world rankings, KIZUKURI is at number 3. XUE Fei is at number 2. So two of the best junior players in the world were on view. And we just see a confirmation. The first game to XUE Fei 3-1. 5 matches should it go the full distance. So we will have next on duty for Japan will be Yuta